Let's take a look at collections inside of Solaris so that we can understand how to use them to organize our scenes and make large changes to vast amounts of geometry in our scene. So as always, this project file will be available on Patreon. If you want to grab it and follow along, you can do so on there. But I just have a SOP crate here with a bunch of boxes copied to some points and then some spheres as well, just to give us a couple of different objects to work with. So in here, I just have, as I said, some boxes and some spheres that are copied to points. And then I've got these connectivity nodes that are going to just add a name to our primitives. So if we come back to our SOP crate, we can drop down a collection. And with this collection, we have the default primitive path. So we can set that to whatever we wanted. So we could do, my collection. That's going to move down, but it's right there, my collections. So I'm just going to leave that to the default collections. And then we have the collection name here. So I'm just going to call this one boxes for the moment. And we have this primitive path here as well. So by default, this is going to take all of the primitives that are being wired into our collection here, which is not our collection LOP, which is not exactly what we want, but I'm going to visualize this to start off with. So let's add a material so we can see what we're actually going to be working on very easily in the viewport. So I'm going to add a material library. I'm going to add a Karma material builder. And I'm just going to make the color something pretty apparent as to what's going on and just add some roughness. I'm actually going to rename this to boxes as well. And then let's drop down a material linker. And with this material linker, we can select our boxes, drag that in here, and then we can select our collection, which does not show up in our geometry tree. So in order to add a collection to anything inside of Solaris, you have to use a specific syntax. And for that, we're going to use the percentage and then the name of our collection. So boxes is what we named it. And you can see that it starts to pop up here. So I can click accept. Now you can see that our material is being applied to the geometry. Now we don't want this to necessarily show up here as all of our objects. So let's select just the objects we want. So we want to come back to our collection. And then a simple way to do this would just be to put box and then star in this case, and that should select only our boxes because all of our boxes are named box and then the number. So it's just iterating through all of them. Now we can add a second collection. We can call this one spheres. We can do the same thing with this one. So we'll do sphere star. And then let's go ahead and just create a second material here. And we'll call this one spheres as well. Let's dive inside and then let's just change the color to something else. And we can, again, assign that using that percentage and then the name of our collection. Now, let's say that we don't have the collection node necessarily set up in here. We get a file that we already have imported into our scene, and it's just a file node. So it's not just this node tree set up here. Or let's say you're further down in your tree and you don't want to come back to this collection to figure out what the name of your collections actually are. So there's a couple of different ways that you can figure out the name of your collections. By default, it doesn't show them just in the scene graph path, which is kind of a little bit obnoxious to work with. So you got to know kind of what you're looking for in order to find them. So there's two different ways that you can go about finding them. So we can click on our collection, and if I drag over this little area right here, you can see we have collection. We have a collection with a drop down here that has all of our boxes in it. And then we have a second one with all of our spheres in it. And then it's going to be collection and then colon spheres or boxes and then colon includes. So the middle part of that is going to be the name of your collection. But there's also a specific part of the scene graph tree that is kind of made for this. So if you click on this little button right here, we can click show the primitive and collection trees, and now we have a second window that pops up. Or if we just click show only collection tree, you can see that we have our collections popped up here in our little like scene graph type tree. So this makes it a little bit easier to see what is going on. I can, try to disable them through here, turn them off, but they don't turn off. Disable. These are just viewport overrides here. So if you want to actually turn stuff off, you'd have to use something like a prune node or get them to, deactivate. We can select our collection there, and then we make them invisible. If I come back to our scene graph tree or primitive tree, and I scroll down to our spheres, you can see that this little eye has turned off, and we can turn these back on individually if we want. Like I said, these are just viewport overrides. And we can change this to deactivate, and then it's going to deactivate them in our scene. So we can play around with those and use those to do some different things and make some very large changes to large collections of objects in our scene, or apply, like in this case, materials to large collections of objects in our scene. But it's not readily apparent if you don't know what you're looking for as far as what your collections are actually named. And that doesn't really make sense if you don't know what you're looking for as far as where they're actually being stored, because you just have this collections primitive. You don't really have any other indicator as far as like a little drop down of what's included or anything like that. So I just wanted to clear that up for anybody that might be confused on that. I know it confused me when I first started in Solaris, so hopefully this has helped to clear up some of that confusion. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.